Exam Ready Quick Revision A. Key definitions. Social science, the systematic study of human society. Geography, the study of the Earth, its environments, and the relationship between people and their surroundings. History, the study of the human past and changes in society over time. Political science, the study of governance, power, institutions, rights, and responsibilities. Economics, the study of how societies produce, distribute, and use limited resources. Empirical evidence, information collected through actual observation or experimentation. Genealogical records, records that trace family lineage and relationships between generations. Archaeological sources, material remains such as monuments, artifacts, sculptures, paintings, and excavated sites. Epigraphic sources, inscriptions written or carved on stone, pillars, walls, or other surfaces. Numismatic sources, coins used as Pañchamahābhūtas. The 5 great elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. 4 core disciplines of social science. Discipline, main focus. Simple example. Geography. Places, environment, people, nature, relationship. Why some areas face floods. History. Past events and social change. How societies changed from villages to cities. Political science. Governance, power, citizens. How governments make decisions. Economics. Production, distribution, use of resources. Why some regions focus on farming or industry. Important one-line answers. 1. Why is social science important? It helps us understand society, systems, diversity, governance, economy, environment, and our role as citizens. 2. Why is society not random? Society is shaped by history, geography, institutions, resources, and human choices. 3. Why do we need many disciplines in social science? Because human society is complex, and no single discipline can fully explain it. 4. How do social scientists study society? They observe people, conduct interviews and surveys, examine documents, compare places and times, and use evidence. Five. What is the main message of the chapter? Social science helps us understand the past, analyze the present, and shape a better future responsibly.
Complete exam questions with model answers. 1. Define social science. Answer. Social science is the systematic study of human society. It studies how people live together, how governments function, how economies operate, how environments influence life, and how the past and present shape the world. 2. Explain how social science is connected with everyday life. Answer. Social science is connected with everyday life because our daily activities depend on society and its systems. The house we live in, the food we eat, the roads we travel on, the school we attend, and the electricity we use are all connected with governance, economy, social cooperation, and the natural environment. Social science helps us understand these connections. 3. Why is social science called a group of disciplines? Answer. Social science is called a group of disciplines because human society is very complex and cannot be fully explained by one subject alone. Different disciplines study different aspects of society. Geography studies people and environment. History studies the past. Political science studies governance and power, and economics studies production, distribution, and use of resources. Together, they give a complete understanding of society. 4. Explain the 4 core disciplines of social science. Answer. The 4 core disciplines of social science are geography, studies the earth, environment, places, and the relationship between people and their surroundings. History, studies the human past and explains how societies changed over time. Political science, studies governance, power, constitutions, governments, rights, and responsibilities. And economics, studies how societies produce, distribute, and use limited resources to meet their needs. 5. What is the importance of Pañchamahābhūtas in understanding nature? Answer. The idea of Pañchamahābhūtas explains the natural world through 5 great elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. It shows that nature is an interconnected system and that human life is closely linked with the environment. This idea helps us understand how natural conditions influence settlement patterns, occupations, architecture, food habits, and health. 6. What does Vasudhaiva Kuṭumbakam mean? Answer. Vasudhaiva Kuṭumbakam means the world is one family. It expresses the idea that all human societies are interconnected across regions and cultures. This idea is important in social science because the subject studies how people, societies, and nations depend on and influence one another. 7. What are literary sources? Answer. Literary sources are written or oral records that help us understand the past. Examples include travelogues, memoirs, correspondence, genealogical records, folklore, oral traditions, revenue documents, and manuscripts such as the Samaveda manuscript and the Tirukkural palm leaf manuscript. 8. What are archaeological sources? Answer. Archaeological sources are material remains from the past. They include monuments, buildings, excavated sites, artifacts, sculptures, paintings, and other objects. These sources help historians understand the life, culture, art, religion, and technology of earlier societies. 9. What are epigraphic sources? Answer. Epigraphic sources are inscriptions written or carved on stone, pillars, temple walls, copper plates, or other surfaces. They help historians learn about rulers, languages, administration, religious practices, donations, and important events of the past. 10. What are numismatic sources? Answer. Numismatic sources are coins used as historical evidence. Coins help historians understand rulers, dates, economy, trade, symbols, art, religion, and political authority. Examples include coins issued by King Samudragupta and Mughal coins issued during the reign of Jahangir. 11. How does social science help us become responsible citizens? Answer. Social science helps us become responsible citizens by teaching us how governments function, how laws are made, and what rights and responsibilities citizens have. It helps us understand democracy, public issues, environmental protection, public health, employment, and urban growth. This knowledge helps us participate responsibly in civic life. 12. Why should social science not be studied only by memorizing dates and definitions? Answer. Social science should not be studied only by memorizing dates and definitions because its main purpose is to understand people, places, society, culture, power, and human relationships. It teaches us to ask questions, examine evidence, compare perspectives, analyze problems, and think about solutions for the future. 13. Explain how social science connects the past, present, and future. Answer. Social science connects the past, present, and future by showing how past events and decisions shaped present society. It helps us understand current problems through history, geography, politics, and economics. This understanding helps us make wiser choices and imagine a better future. 14. Why does society not function by chance? Answer. Society does not function by chance because it is shaped by history, geography, institutions, resources, and human choices. For example, where people live, what occupations they follow, what languages they speak, and how governments function are all influenced by many connected factors. 15. How do social scientists study society? Answer. Social scientists study society by observing people's lives, conducting interviews and surveys, examining documents, comparing different times and places, and collecting evidence from multiple sources. They use this evidence to explain how societies function and change. 16. Explain the drought example used in the lesson. Answer. A drought affects many parts of society at the same time. It affects crops, which is connected with the environment. It reduces farmers' incomes, which is connected with the economy. It may require government relief measures, which is connected with politics. It can cause migration to cities, which is connected with society. It may also affect traditional ways of coping with scarcity, which is connected with culture. This example shows why social science needs many disciplines. 17. What is the role of geography in social science? Answer. Geography helps us understand the Earth, its physical features, environment, and the relationship between people and their surroundings. It explains where things are located, why they are found there, and how places influence one another over time. 18. What tools are used in geography? Answer. Geography uses tools such as maps, globes, atlases, geographical information systems, GIS, infographics, and other instruments. These tools help us understand places, locations, patterns, and relationships between people and environment. 19. What is the role of history in social science? Answer. History helps us understand the human past, people's experiences, values, and changes in society over time. It explains how earlier events, ideas, and decisions shaped the present world. 20. What is the role of political science in social science? Answer. Political science studies governance, power, constitutions, governments, institutions, rights, responsibilities, public policy, social movements, and citizenship. It helps us understand how decisions are made and how citizens participate in democracy. 21. What is the role of economics in social science? Answer. Economics studies how individuals and societies use limited resources to meet their needs. It explains production, exchange, distribution, markets, prices, income, economic development, GDP, trade, and government economic policies. 22. What is empirical evidence? Answer. Empirical evidence is information collected through actual observation or experimentation. In history, examples include evidence gathered through archaeology, carbon-14 dating, human genetics, and scientific study of material remains. 23. What are genealogical records? Answer. Genealogical records are documents or sources that trace family lineage and ancestry. They record relationships between generations and events, such as births, marriages, and deaths. 24. What is the importance of the Arthashastra? Answer. The Arthashastra, attributed to Kautilya, is important because it discussed administration, economic management, taxation, and the duties of rulers toward their people. It shows that systematic thinking about governance and economy existed in India long before modern academic disciplines developed. 25. What is the final message of the chapter? Answer. The final message of the chapter is that social science is not just about memorizing facts. It helps us understand society, learn from the past, analyze the present, and imagine a better future. It prepares students to become thoughtful learners, aware citizens, and responsible members of society.
Our daily life depends on many people and systems. Take a moment to look around you. What do you see? Every simple activity has geography, economics, governance, and society behind it.
Why are places and people so different? Because society is shaped by
History, geography, institutions, resources, and choices. Class, your task is to observe and document the changes in our locality. Let's explore.
Sir, how has transport and housing changed here over the years?
Oh, we used to walk on dirt roads. Now we have buses and cars. Homes are bigger and everyone has a phone.
From the very beginning, our sages saw nature not as a resource, but as our very own body. Earth, water, fire, air, and space. 5 elements that weave the very fabric of our society. The world is one family. Arthashastra. Geography studies where things are, why they are there, and how places affect each other. Historians use many sources to understand the past. Every decision we make affects lives. But how? Political science studies governance, power, rights, and duties.
History is the thread that connects our shared experiences, our values, and the journey of human change across time. In ancient India, politics wasn't separate. It was tied to dharma, duty, artha, well-being, and raja dharma, a ruler's duty. Many texts discuss justice and leadership, with the Artha Shunth as the standout guide to administration. In ancient India, politics was not separate from life itself. It was the study of dharma, artha, and the sacred duty of a ruler. And among these, one text stood out as the foundational guide to statecraft, the Arthashastra.
Political science is the study of governors, how power is distributed, decisions are made, and policies are implemented. From national constitutions to grassroots movement. Consider India's Panchayati Raj, a model of grassroots democracy in action.